Since previous episode, 4 fishes have been living in the fish tank for 2 weeks. Even though no any foam bubble or oil layer forms. Switch on the protein skimmer now. It requires to operate 24 hours every day. If equipped with any air pump, please stop it. The oxygen brought by the protein skimmer is quite enough for creatures and aerobic bacteria. Too much oxygen wipes out low oxygen zones. On one hand, anaerobic bacteria loses breeding opportunities. On another hand, little amounts of ozone may form. Few creatures may be poisoned innocently. For the lighting hours of the fish tank, it can be increased to 8 to 10 hours per day. If the concentration of NH3, NH4, and NO2 can be kept at 0 mg per liter, it may increase the feeding number to 2 times a day. May feed them at morning and evening. Observe how feeding amounts affecting the fish tank. Continue to feed these 4 fishes for 2 more weeks. Having 4 fishes in a small fish tank with correct biological filtration system, nitrifying bacteria breeding should be seen maturity. Brown mosses stop to grow, even vanish, due to loose nitrogen compounds as foods. Test the concentration of NH3, NH4, and NO2. When both results are 0 mg per liter, you can change the water for the first time. If you are using a canister filter, remember to sink the water outlet into water before cut off the power. Close both the water in and out valves. It keeps water tubes full filling of water and helps to refill water into the filter easier later. Again, replacing fish tank old water with fresh synthetic seawater is not mainly for removing toxins from water, but replenish consumed elements to fish tank water. To avoid too much change to water property, not need to replace too much fish tank water. For example, the water depth is 14 cm. Just replace 1/4. Take 10 cm of water is enough. Replace white filter coated, cleaned bio-coated. Pour the fresh synthetic seawater into the fish tank. If using a canister filter, make sure the water outlet is below water surface. Then, open the water valves. Not need to shake the air pump. Water will flow into the filter automatically. When the filling finished, switch on the canister filter. Small fish tank, after water change, a lot of air is in the water. Protein skimmer may squeeze out much bubble water up to the filter bowl. At this time, you may turn it off and restart it 2 hours later. After water change, keep the current number of fishes feeding for 1 more week. After this week, test NH3, NH4, and NO2 again. If both results are 0 mg per liter, it means the water property change after a normal water replacement doesn't affect the nitrifying bacteria reproduction. Fishes are living well. The new fish tank has been opened successfully. Even put in any sensitive fish and invertebrates in future, they will not be poisoned and die. After opened the tank successfully, it's time to test the concentration of nitrates. When using NO3 test kit, it requires to add some powder into the solvent. You will find a little of insoluble powder. Don't worry, it doesn't affect the test result very much. If the concentration of NO3 exceeds 100 mg per liter, you may consider to use the chemical solution to remove NO3. If using deep sand bed, Test the concentration of NO3 every day. During using the NO3 remover, when the concentration drops below 25 mg per liter, stop using the NO3 remover to avoid to cut off the food source of anaerobic bacteria and make them to stop breathing and die. In future, excluding the water quality and disease factors, if you observe many fishes are short of breath, hiding in stone gaps for a long time, lack of energy, and even losing appetite, that may be a big chance NO3 concentration has accumulated to above 100 mg per liter for a long time. The fish has begun to show signs of mild poisoning, usually because of too many fishes or feeding too many foods. Regular water replacement is not able to dilute the concentration of NO3 effectively. Then, it requires to use the NO3 remover to reduce the NO3 concentration. After I opened the tank successfully, the water color appears a little turbid yellow. It is not harmful to any creature. If don't like such water color, you may place activated carbon in the filtration system. Good quality activated carbon has countless micropores that are invisible to eyes. It traps almost all molecules bigger than water. So, after using activated carbon, the water will become very clear and transparent, but many trace elements in the water are also trapped and reduced gradually. Hence, activated carbon can only be used in a fish tank having fishes only. Do not use it in a fish tank having any coral. Rinse with fresh water before using the activated carbon to wash away any charcoal powder on surfaces. When the flushing water color is no longer in dark black but gray, you may stop the flushing. Better quality of it, faster to get cleaned, and make much more louder zzz sound. Place the activated carbon at the last compartment of the filtration system to avoid full filtered by large suspended metals prematurely. Clogged activated carbon blocks water flow. It reduces the water flow rate of the filtration system. Remember to replace the activated carbon regularly. Different fish tanks have different replacement periods. Generally, the clogging usually begins within 2 months. It is not recommended to recycle used activated carbon. Although crushing the activated carbon to wash inside, it is impossible to remove all the clogging things in the micropores, but pare much carbon powder off. Reuse them only increases the carbon contents in the water. It is not good to fish's health. Combine the above reasons, plus high quality activated carbon is quite expensive. Using it can be said to be a high cost consumable filter material. In next episode, I will introduce some other fishes suitable for a successful opened small fish tank. Press subscribe for next episode showtime.